got Drake in the thumbnail because I saw this interview. Shout out to DJ Vlad. I saw this interview from Charlemagne pop out. And Charlemagne said that he was able to confirm that Drake put some money on Charlemagne for him to be beat up by some security guards. Hey, Drake.
You actually ran into a couple of security guards who said, and these guys used to be Drake security guards.
Mm-hmm.
And according to them, Drake had put a green light on you.
Absolutely.
That said that, he said that when they see you, to fuck you up and he'll cover all the expenses and pay them and whatever else. This is true.
This is a fact. We was at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. I really cannot remember what year it was, but I know that these guys, they were doing security for G-Eazy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember their names, but I remember how they looked, and they were like massive. Like,
monsters.
Oh man. I mean, if you're trying to put on like a show, like those are the guys that you want around you. You know what I mean? And they look like they get busy, like they put in some work. And I remember, one of them just came up to me and we just started having a conversation. He told me, he was just like, man, you don't even know. Like, back in the day, it was a go for you. Like if you like we had, instructions, like when you see him, do whatever it is you got to do and don't worry about it. And I'm like, what? And then that's when they told me they used to, do security for Drake. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I've never been delusional. I'm not a delusional.
How ironic that I wake up and I watch this video. So yesterday, I had like a good 45-minute debate with the homie Math. We was on the phone debating Drake's lawsuit from a hip hop standpoint, Drake's lawsuit from a protecting your reputation standpoint, his navigation post battle for like the last year. Shout out to my nigga Math, man. That was a great debate. I love to debate, man. It's healthy. It's healthy. Keeps the mind turning. But I wake up to this, and one thing that I was saying in me and Math's conversation yesterday is about how emotionally or mentally sensitive Drake is, which is why, even the whole campaign post battle of going after a bunch of different targets, the LeBrons, the DeMar DeRozans and certain streamers, or, like he's had this kind of like revenge tour thing, the Easter eggs and the what did I miss video. And it's just a lot that he's done. And this right here continues to show me how volatile a Drake could be despite all his success. And I would love to get into a whole debate yesterday. I'll save it for a whole nother topic because it has a lot of depth to it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I love to look at powerful people and see people that don't abuse their power. I love to see that. I feel like I learned that very, very young, and that's another reason why I've always been so accessible. I know that there's people that I interact with or I might work with in business, and it doesn't even have to be battle rap that I'm talking about, but I know that there's multiple layers and levels between me and some of the people that I may do business with. I know that, but I just never moved in a high horse in the clouds type of approach to certain business or dealings, right? Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but at least I'm smart enough to know, especially who I'm working with and what's what. The difference is, it's not an arrogant thing if you're looking at a situation from a business standpoint, from a coordination standpoint, from a navigation standpoint, and to be able to tell yourself we are not equals. You actually have to, because that actually puts you in a position to know your worth and also be able to negotiate properly with the person that is in front of you, right? What do I bring to the table versus what do you bring to the table? Okay. Said that Drake is such a powerful person, if for nothing else, because of his money, right? But even if you move his money off of the table, his fame, his fan base, the powerful people that must protect him because they get a bag alongside of him. It's like the example that I broke down years and years ago of how much LeBron, when he comes to Cleveland to play, how much he raises up the whole city and state, financially. It's incredible stuff. And Drake is like that. He's just one of those guys. He's a big deal. And to see that you abuse your power for things that are petty. And I get it. If I'm Drake, if I'm standing in Drake's shoes and somebody with the voice as powerful as a Charlemagne is berating me on a media platform constantly, or somebody like maybe a Joe Budden, maybe I think that it could hurt me, and maybe it tweaks a nerve or two, right? But that is the difference between, I hate to use him as an example, but come on, don't be defending Jay-Z all the time, ARP. But the difference between somebody that moves as meticulous as like a Jay-Z, and you can't get him to come out of that fucking cloud, and he wins because of it. Whereas a Drake, if these security guards find Charlamagne at that time and put hands on him, and they get arrested, Charlamagne is a super civilian, taxpaying civilian. Charlamagne will tell you, I'm pressing charges. If he catches them security guards, Charlamagne is powerful too. Charlamagne got $1 or $2. Charlamagne to fuck around and get his hands on you as far as figuring out who just jumped him at the listening party last night. Now you get these 2 fucking security guards charged. They're just gonna sit there and take that for Drake. And next thing you know, you got another big joke type of thing, like somebody that sent the hit, allegedly. Drake. Why? Because the guy's laughing at you on the radio show, but you're supposed to be sitting up there with a $400 million deal. He comes down way too much. I told you, I know people that talk to him, Drake. He's way too accessible, way too sensitive for his amount of power and his amount of success. It's just so volatile to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if Charlamagne's not there. I could see Drake saying, if you catch Pusha T, I got $1 million to beat him up. If you catch Charlamagne Tha God, I got $1 million to wake up and see a news report that Joe Budden and Charlamagne or Pusha T got their ass whooped. I could see that. and it's just all things that could lead to showing why you make so many missteps post battle with Kendrick. Because your mind and your personality and your emotions don't process from a place of strength. And this is why you got so many people just saying, artist-wise, we will never take that from you. But image-wise, creative player. That's why. That's why you don't got enough mental stress to even fully deal with your power. You don't. But anyway, very interesting to see Charlamagne say something like that, because you put something like out there like that too, that becomes a document, that becomes a record, which means that Drake, if you did that 2 years from now, there's already now discussion of you trying to do it from the past. You know, it creates a trail. Just not smart. Just not smart at all. You know, no, me too. I don't want top 5 popping up on my doorstep. All right. You ring my bell, you lose your life. Top 5. Catch me in a different way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't send top 5 after me or your goons or nothing like that. Trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And not just for me, not for Charlamagne or for Joe Budden or for Pusha T either. And I know I'm just throwing Pusha T and Joe Budden into the mix, but I could see it. And doesn't he even have lyrics towards Pusha T? I want to be there when somebody catches him. Like, he has raps about it, right? Now I get it. You feel highly offended at what Pusha T said in the direction of 40, your friend that is dealing with the medical situation or the health situation. But anyway, let me just stop there.